The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode. And now, here he is, Brandon.
Welcome back to the Brandon Peter Show and the ongoing 60s Batman at 60 series that I, and usually a guest, travel through the inaugural season of the television phenomenon from 1966. Joining me today, I have writer, actor, back when I knew him, producer, graphic novelist, E.P. Kogan.
Hello.
Hello. This is my listeners don't know this, but this is like a reuniting, like
Yes.
many years in the making, because back, and I listed a lot of things you are, but one thing you were to me back in the day was my assistant.
Yes. Yeah, you were the big man on campus.
I was a big man at Testronic Laboratories in the Blu-ray QC days in the deluxe building.
Very important work. Very important work.
So they back in the day, what happened to be was at Testronic, I had my own office, and then I shared an office with people, and then they put me on the floor with people.
Yeah.
But when they put me on the floor, like, but we're gonna get you an assistant. We'll get you. I was like, oh. And I was like, all right, whatever you say, whatever. But it was you, and you were a brilliant assistant.
You know, I would say it would be more like an open floor plan,
Yes.
not to diminish. It was like a different concept of office.
All the employees are like, what are they doing to Brandon? They literally kicked him out to the floor. They put a desk in the middle of the people.
But like you faced everyone,
Yeah.
and you were like the only one. It was like it was pretty interesting open concept.
It was weird, but we made it work. We had good times.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, we had to figure out hours on discs and people who to work on them and stuff. And hey, you need to watch The Love Guru. I'm sorry.
Dude, all I gotta say is Dora the Explorer
Mm-hmm.
in, I think it was in Gaelic
Yes.
with Thai subtitles.
Yep.
Greatest watch of my life.
I will
Just
say,
like-
I always talk about there was a day when it was IQC and it wasn't Testronic for us yet. There was a day where they were running late, like it was urgent to come in on a Sunday at like 5 p.m. and we were watching Wallace and Gromit all night, all hands on deck. Have to finish this disc. It comes out in 2 weeks or something like that. And I tell you what, the fourth time in a row when I had to watch it in Dutch, came back around. Came back around.
Yep.
That's when I always tell people, I'm like, you know what? For some reason, it hit Dutch. The guy who played Wallace in Dutch, he killed it.
Yeah, it opens it a whole new meaning.
Whole new meaning.
Opens
Yeah,
it up.
it's so funny. But yeah, you were a working actor when we worked together, and you had amazing things. Like one day, you asked if you could take an extended lunch, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And you came back and you were like, oh, yeah, I was just having lunch with Mark Ruffalo. And I was like, oh, okay. What's going on? Oh, we just talked. It's like, all right. Do you remember that at all?
I don't know if it was Mark Ruffalo,
I thought it was
but
Mark Ruffalo,
I forget who it was.
You
I
said
do roughly remember that.
yeah.
I'm blanking on who it was. But
It was somebody. It was a name person.
But was it for one of the shows that I took off?
No, you were just meeting for lunch to potentially, like, I think you might have said like your parents grew up in the same place he did or something.
No, that would have been no. Well, my parents moved to Racine
Or
where he
something.
grew up.
Okay.
Was that? I can't
I
remember
thought it was
that.
Mark.
Isn't that crazy?
I remember it as Mark Ruffalo. Maybe my memory's cheating.
But that story is true because they did move to Racine and he is from Racine.
Okay.
But for the life of me, I don't know if it was Mark. I think I would have remembered meeting up with Mark Ruffalo.
Gotcha.
I don't recall who that lunch was, and now I'm gonna go crazy thinking about it.
I have stayed in Racine multiple times. going to concerts.
Why?
There's a place called the Alpine Valley Music Center, which is this huge music center in the
Okay.
middle of a ski lodge place. And then in summer, it's got this big hill, and there's nowhere to stay there. It's in like it's
Yeah.
called sometimes it's called Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Sometimes it's called Troy, Wisconsin. But you stay in
Yeah.
Racine, and if you're not super wealthy, staying in the cottages around there, I'd
Right.
stay in a hotel in Racine and drive 30 minutes to
I
go there.
mean, Racine is a lovely place. I growing up in LA and then after high school, coming home to a Racine, Wisconsin home, lovely home. It's very culture shock was immense.
It's got a strip of a road that's just capitalism right
Yeah.
there. It's like all your chains right there. That's the thing with that. But also, and which got this recording came up because you brought up something that you'd been on social media, you'd been a part of back in the day too. Was you were a
Yes.
guest star on the wonderful Pushing Daisies television show?
Yes. Season two. That was the highlight for me because I loved the show and then I got the audition and I had to ask I had to petition you guys. I'm like, I need like a week off of
Hmm.
work.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we gave man, there was one guy there. I forget what his name was, and he ended up becoming kind of popular for a short moment. He
Is
was
it
in
CJ?
CJ, yeah, because
Yeah.
he did that
He
pilot,
yeah.
and he was gone for a while, like quite a while doing it. And then the pilot got picked up, and they fired
Yeah.
the entire. Well, they replaced the entire cast except him
That
for
horror
the
series.
that
Yeah.
horror series that got pretty
Yeah.
popular. And then he did a couple horror movies that I think there was one called like Husk that he did
Yes. Yes.
that got him some popularity and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think he was in Transformers, the first Transformers as well, the Michael
Was
Bay one.
he? I
Yeah,
have to look that up. I don't remember that.
he's like because that's what he would talk about, like oh, I was in Transformers.
Yeah.
Um,
Oddly enough, I don't know if you know this. I way before I knew his brother
okay,
because we did summer stock theater together in college.
okay,
So it's crazy that he just happened to be working there
okay.
because his brother's older. It was just a weird,
We had a lot
confluence
of
of events.
talented people working around us during these times. Like we had, well,
Yeah,
Tony Cicchetti. That do you remember
yeah,
him? And
of course.
he was in a cult classic movie that I like. It's called Nudist Colony of the Dead that we all talked about. It's a zombie musical he did in the late '80s, and he's like the lead in the damn thing. And we had this someone found it, ripped it, and was passing out DVDs around work. And so I had a copy. And then when I moved back here, I for a couple of years I did these thing called Bad Movies Good Booze, where I do
Yeah,
a double feature and play games with people at night, watching cult classics, things like that. And
right.
we did Nudist Colony of the Dead one night, and I got Tony actually wrote a like introduction letter for me to introduce it to the movie party.
Oh,
Uh,
amazing.
like they shot it up, and like he said he watched the Super Bowl, the Giants in the Super Bowl during that
Yeah,
shoot or something. They watched it in a bar where they were shooting or something like that. But yeah, and he was on Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job with John Mayer too.
oh, he
But
was?
yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
it
I
was
gotta check that out.
yeah, and yeah, he's still working, hardworking actor, stuff like that. But we had
Yeah,
like and people on the show know John Roca. He was
yeah.
there. Yeah, Scott Mendelson for a time, Moranzio Vance, like just a lot of people
No, dude. We're
working.
like the what did they call the group of like is there a name for like the group of Spielberg, Scorsese, De
Oh,
Palma?
they were like the film brats is what I think they were the
Yeah.
USC guys.
We, we're some other brat group that we should dub
We none of us
ourselves.
became elite, but like
Yet,
if you're
yet.
somebody who knows something about somebody or saw somebody there was like
Yeah,
oh yeah that guy yeah
yeah, yeah,
yeah
yeah.
that happens too. But no, there was some fun times. You made the best. You were the best result of a bad situation for me there that was going on at the time. That was the time at Testronic where they were like, well, managers need managers, and the managers of the managers need managers, and
Yeah,
managers also probably need managers to manage the managers of the managers. It was like,
that makes sense.
all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
sure.
In a
Cool.
Kafka universe.
Right. Right. And that place is, I think it's still going. I recently
Is
had
it
to do a
really?
job search and look up stuff. I'm like, oh, look, it's still there. It's still happening,
God.
I guess. But they were all, and we were in that deluxe. Were you there? There's a the at the in the deluxe bin. Were you there the day Pacino came in to
What,
do
because he was recording
a
something, a
commentary?
commentary?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we all got there. We Pacino came in. We had a notice not to be in the halls at this time or this time. And if you happen to be caught out there, do not look at him or something like that. I was like, oh
Don't
wow.
make eye contact.
Yeah, it was a polar opposite of when they had like a cast of Everybody Loves Raymond doing a commentary because they were out in the halls
Yeah.
like, hey everybody, what's up? What's up? Hey, just
So,
being all
wow.
cool and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
fun place, fun
Yeah.
place.
Oddly enough, I wasn't part of the commentary, but I believe the man, did they record the commentary for the film that I just produced? I want to say that they went into Deluxe, or maybe Deluxe was mixing the commentary. Something with Deluxe. I was like, oh, you still work right there. Anyway,
I know that place
yeah,
on the corner
I
by the
went.
tracks.
I went insane there, and on my lunch break, I went to Costco.
Oh, okay. So let's get to well, that's the past. Let's get to your current
Yes.
what you've been up to, your current projects. Is there anywhere you'd like to start? Which one would you like to start with first to
I
lead into?
mean, all right. Well, top of mind, I guess, that I'm currently working on tons of stuff, but
Hmm.
so we're in the middle of a graphic novel that my wife
Okay.
and I wrote. Um, and we kind of, because this was like a trial process, we kickstarted like the first chapter and that did good. And now we kickstarted part two, and then we just finished that, and the books are being shipped over. And while that's all happening, we're going to finish it with part three. So it really should be about a 250-page graphic novel that we
Hmm.
split in parts just to be able to pay for it. Um, so that's called Shockheaded Peter. It's like a fantasy horror. The way that I pitch it to people is it's um, it's like Willy Wonka meets Freddy Krueger, uh, either depending on the audience with Tim Burton vibes or by way of Hayao Miyazaki,
Oh,
depending.
okay.
We get like a little mix. Some people connect with the Tim Burton, some people connect with the Miyazaki. But it is kind of got this innocent, cartoony look, but it's like a darker horror fantasy theme underneath.
Gotcha.
Um, so that's what we've been working on, and I'm excited
Is
about
it
that.
self-produced or are you through a publication company or something like that?
I mean, right now, it's since my wife and I have a production company,
Hmm.
it's through our production company, but we will be looking for a publisher once it's done.
Hmm.
So it's out right now on shockheadedpetercomic.com. And once it's done, we're probably going to try to like submit it for awards and try to get it off to a publisher and let the IP live. And then the idea is to try to develop it into another show or movie, or a musical.
Yeah. Have you thought about just because it's always in my brain? Have you thought about vending at conventions around and stuff to get the word out, sell the books and?
We have been dabbling. We've never tabled at
Hmm.
conventions, but we've eh, I mean, not tabled ourselves, but a couple times we've partnered with some people.
Gotcha.
Like we've manned their table and they put our books out. And but for a while, it was we really only had the first book because we did the first book in like 2022, and then we got sidetracked with a lot of film and TV projects, and we weren't able to come around to the part two until recently. And then we actually went back and we kind of rewrote part of part one and did a few things. And so we kind of re-released part one and part two this year, and we're going to try to get part three out this year, all the same year. But yeah, that's going to be the next step, doing more selling. We've done like all the LA comic shops and doing signings and stuff like that. We'll probably do more soon.
Excellent. Very cool. Very cool. And then you have a horror feature called In Our Blood, which you
Yes.
produced.
Yes, I was an associate producer. I came on halfway through. I basically helped because I worked in post production or have and I work in post-production a lot as an editor. I had a lot of expertise, and so um, I knew most of the crew of that film. My brother is one of the main producers, and about halfway through, you know, they asked me to come on, and I kind of helped with locking the cut. I worked directly with the editor, and then we kind of like shepherded all the way through the locking, the coloring, sound mixing, delivery, and festival process, and all that. So that was a pretty awesome experience. We premiered at the Fantasia Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty awesome. That's a huge festival.
Yeah.
And it goes on a very long time. It's like
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, we were at Screenfest, Morbido, Mexico City, and then we got picked up by Utopia Distribution, and they kind of took it for a bunch of festivals on their own, and then we released in October of last year, theatrical, and now it's on video on demand and Blu-ray.
Oh, very cool. Got to get the physical media there.
Dude,
That's
I'm a
key.
big
That's
fan.
so cool. Yeah.
Yes,
Even though
yes.
we worked in that industry and stuff, we're still like the person who worked at a restaurant but still eats there. Still.
Yeah, and I don't have confirmation on this, but I heard rumblings of there may be a VHS release of the film soon.
Well, that's cool. That's a big, yeah,
Yeah,
horror films doing that now. That's a
yeah,
limited run of VHS. That's
yeah.
always cool. Even though I'm like the VHS thing, like I lived through it. I think I'm like, wait, we got all the way here to do that. I'm like, I get the VHS. The box art was cool. The
Yeah.
size and everything is cool. But like watching, and I'm just like, no, I grew beyond.
But it's like I like having it like a
Yeah.
book on the shelf. I
Oh
like
yes,
having
absolutely. Yeah.
like I have the original David Lynch's Dune on beta,
Oh,
and
okay.
it comes with this little pamphlet
Hmm.
too that talks about the whole history
Oh, that's
of
cool.
the world. And I have the Blade Runner original Betamax.
Okay.
Like those are cool. I
Yeah.
like those.
I collect certain things like that for display and whatnot.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I
yeah.
have these. I'll never have a player because somebody thinks they're too much. But there's this thing called CED that was in the early '80s, around the same time as Beta and VHS, which looks like same shape as like a laser disc or whatever. But it's this
Uh,
flat, hard thing, and you'd like pop it in a player and click these buttons and pull it out, and it puts something in to play it, and then you'd have to like flip it as well. But I have a couple like James Bond ones for like just like the art on him's cool because I was looking around for something for some reason. I was looking for an article I was writing with these James Bond, and I found these arts, and I'm like, oh, these must be from collector plates because if you remember like, long ago, Time Life or whatever would have collectors,
yeah,
plates of things. They look
right.
like plates, and I found out no, they were made for these CED releases back in the early '80s, and I was like, what the hell, CED? And then I
Yeah.
found out, and then I actually had a a moment where this is the nerdiest thing. We went to family trip. We went to Disney World like back in like 2018, and we were in the lobby of our resort hotel we were staying at, and they had all these media things through decades. And I saw one, and they had Star Wars on CED, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Star Wars on CED!" Like, because that one costs a lot of money if you want to get it. But I was like, someone put a CED in there, and like, I'm like, somebody knows what they're doing here at Disney. They got the
Right.
CED with all the formats going on there. Like, well done. Wow.
Well done.
Well done.
What about Laserdisc, man?
I have some laser discs just for art displays and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
actually, have you been to Seattle?
I actually did go last year.
Have
Yeah.
you been to
Oddly enough.
Scarecrow Video up there?
No, I didn't. No, I
Oh, you
didn't.
gotta go back to Seattle. You gotta go to Scarecrow Video. It's like one of the
Okay.
last living video stores. I think it's actually listed as a historical landmark now, but it is a multi-story video store, and they have like everything, and they're genred out in subgenres to like techno, scarecrow, hentai porn. Boom, we got that section. Like just like crazy, just down
Jesus.
to the weird thing. And
Oh man.
they had like a section with stack all these like laser discs, and they're like, hey. Laser disc makes for great art to hang on the walls. And I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. All right, cool. I can put
Is
physical
it is
media
it
on my walls, but it is an awesome place.
is it like an amoeba music type of vibe? Like that sort of big?
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
more archival. very yeah, like old bookstore closet like thing, but it's not
Uh,
little, but like it's yeah, they have a
little nooks
screening.
and crannies.
Yeah, they have a screening room, a small screening room there where they do their own little events and stuff, but
Uh,
you can still rent there, you can buy there, you can
Gosh,
yeah. And it
it
is
sounds
just
like
huge.
Vidiots now. Yeah, you like
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
they rebranded Vidiots in Eagle Rock now. Um, but yeah, man, I wish I would have known. I was like too coked up on like coffee and just running around eating clam chowder last time I
Right.
was there. So, but I'll
Yeah.
remember that.
That's a city. I've been to Seattle twice, and I really like that city a lot. And that was one like when I went there, I was like, "This is my top place I gotta see is Scarecrow Video."
Scarecrow.
And
It's good to know.
it's I think it's near like a college or something possibly, but yeah, very cool
Uni
place.
the University of Washington, man?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember it seemed very University Village esque,
Okay.
but
That's why I was there. I
yeah.
went with a bunch of Michigan people to watch the
Okay.
Michigan University of Washington game. So yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. Oh yeah, you went to Michigan, didn't you? I think I
yeah,
remember. Yeah, yep,
yeah.
yep. Okay. Very cool, very cool. All right, yeah, and then your production company as a whole, Light and Shadow. Um,
Yes.
you got a newsletter you want to
We
plug too
do,
with
we
that? Yeah.
do. We just started it's a Light and Shadow Substack, Light and Shadow Pictures Substack. It's just basically kind of behind the scenes of stuff we're doing, updates on our graphic novel, updates on projects we're developing, um, more uh I guess near timeline is we're just producing a short film um, in the near future, but we also do have a couple of features that we're in development on, which, you know, hopefully we'll get those up and running this year and have a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff to tell people. But for the time being, yeah, we kind of opened up the newsletter, and Substack is that great crazy place. There's now a film stack,
Hmm.
which is like their cool little thing. And I guess the happening place is the non-D. Have you heard of the non-D movement? You know all this?
Mm-mm.
Right? Non, because like indie is now no longer indie because all
Oh,
the studios have taken over. So it's non-D with a little accent over the E, like non-dependent. Like
gotcha.
you don't need a celebrity or a big name to make your movie. You just, kind of like the Duplass brothers kind of method of filmmaking. Just go make it.
Yeah,
So that's a big thing on Substack. But
gotcha.
I'm not saying we're Nandi. We're not Nandi, but I'm not saying we are Nandi. I just like saying Nandi.
If that's their definition of independent, they are decades late.
You
If they're doing that like that, that's
know, it's all about rebranding for the next generation,
it's
right?
like it's my being old and being on like the blue sky and the Twitters and seeing like the discovery of the young ones and
Yeah,
trying to be like tell the
yeah,
world about something we know
yeah,
we already did
yeah,
that cool, but like then again I'm like, oh, I'm
yeah,
following film people of all different ages that,
yeah. It's like, have you heard of a movie called Star Wars?
Whoa.
We're gonna remake it. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
you know,
they're crazy things, those kids, those
those
kids,
kids, the
those kids.
youngins.
So yeah, yeah, Light and Shadow. Definitely give that Substack a subscribe. Keep up, and yeah, definitely want to see your stuff get made and go forth and go everywhere and be at a film
Yep,
festival I'm at or something.
I know,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's crazy. Um, yeah, I saw. I forgot. Was that somewhere? And I saw a name and no, I was at a film festival and I was looking at the thing and I was like, one of my friends had a thing nominated and I knew she wasn't there. I was like, hey, if you win, do you want me to accept this
Yeah.
award for
Can I
you?
walk up for
Do
you?
you want me?
That'd be awesome.
She was like, please, can you? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do that if I get.
Uh,
And I asked the directors of it. I'm like, hey, they're like, no, that's fine, that's fine. I was like, okay, cool, but she didn't
uh,
win. But it
were
was
you
funny because
dressed appropriately or were you completely not dressed for the moment?
oh no, it was a horror film festival and everybody was just
Okay.
like, whatever, I'm wearing this, whatever. So
Okay.
It's, it was very low key dress. I was very
Okay.
very Brandon. If you see me at places, so not a big deal. Not a big deal.
So
So
that would have been awesome though if you just walk up, be like, "Hey, just gonna
yeah,
accept this,"
yep, yep,
Sure she'd love it.
Yeah, it'd be great. I haven't read this, but I'm sure
Yeah.
it's good. It just won, right? Like, that's what
Then you
we
go off
do.
on a long diatribe. Funny story.
Start crying, and I know I'm making this about myself, but tonight I needed this, and I know the
in
word's not
19,
mine, but the moment is.
back in 1962, there was a
Oh, very cool, very cool. So let's turn our gears to Batman. Um,
yes.
so what is your, in generally, like your thoughts and feelings on just Batman, the character, and his history in media and all that?
With regards to the
Just
original
big
TV
statement.
show.
Batman. What
Oh,
about
oh,
it?
great.
With regards just to the character and stuff.
I mean, it's iconic. It's the iconic vigilante, the
Hmm.
guy who, you know, as a kid, you experience that. You're like, Batman's gonna fucking make it right. He's gonna do justice.
Hmm.
I guess when things are bad in the world, you're like, why can't like, maybe right now you're like, why can't there literally be a real Batman to fuck some people up?
Can one
So
of these billionaires be Batman, please?
right, they're all Lex Luthor is the problem.
Right.
I just anyway, but yeah, I think that's like the initial, very bare bones, innocent, childlike exposure or experience to Batman is like
Hmm.
he will make it right. He fights for us, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, to answer your question.
Gotcha. And so, what was your familiarity with the show prior to watching for this episode? Because you
Adam
came,
West,
yeah, you came to me saying you had minimal experience, but I'm like, that's cool. I want that. I don't want everybody coming in being an
right?
expert.
Well, look, I mean, I did grow up watching Nick at Night reruns, right?
Gotcha.
If anyone remembers what that is, Nick at Night reruns. Back in the day,
Back in the day.
uh, it wasn't that long ago, but like, I guess maybe it is. I don't know. But like, there was all these sorts of, Get Smart, I Dream of
Hmm.
Jeannie, Bewitched, the original Adam West Batman. All these
And
things
it's
were
Star Trek
rerun.
on there too. Yeah,
Yes,
they had all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
right. And you didn't watch them in any order. They just came on. So I would see them and I was exposed to, I couldn't tell you like if I had watched in any chronological order, but I definitely saw enough about these shows to have a good amount of exposure and recognize. So when I watched Sub again, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. I remember the Gordon guy, and I forgot about the police chief who had the Irish accent. Um, that was pretty fun. That was a little nostalgic.
Yeah, it's funny. A crushing moment in my lifetime was when I think it was early 2010s or something, flipping through channel. I still had cable back then. Remember cable, kids?
Hey,
Uh,
what's that?
and
Hey,
I hit Nick at Night that night, one late at night, and there was like Fresh Prince of Bel Air was on, and it just like
on
this
Nick at
felt
Night?
wrong. I like.
Yeah,
I feel like I was like at Nick at Night. Once 1980 hits, you're not allowed to show stuff on Nick at Night. It's got to be pre 80s, everything.
yeah. It's like when you're streaming through the radio stations and you hit the oldies and they're playing like 80s or alt rock. You're like, what?
Yeah, I want Sinatra, not Van
Yeah,
Halen right now. What
yeah.
is going on? Uh, well, hell,
Metallica
it's
is
even
not
Van
oldies.
Halen's even too old for oldies now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like ancient.
Stone Temple Pilots, the oldies. Yeah. So yeah, that Nick at Night, yeah. When it hit that, I was like, I'm never gonna turn this channel on again. It's just too. I'm like, these are
Wrecked you.
syndicated normal reruns. Give these to the
Yeah.
local stations. What are you
Yeah.
doing, Nick at Night? You show very dated stuff. You show it's
How
like
dare you?
I need what was her name? Donna Reed show. I need that. My Three Sons. That one
I
hour
know.
block back to back. Let's come on. Dragnet, primetime television. Let's get this
Does
going.
it even exist as like a streaming service now? Or
I,
is
d-
it
I
folded
don't
into another one?
I don't know because Nickelodeon's in with Paramount, so I'm sure
But
the network still exists. But what are they showing?
I
Just
don't know.
SpongeBob all day?
Yeah.
Because I
There
remember like
should be like a Nick at Night app on the Paramount, like a little streaming, because
yeah,
they do like you have Pluto TV that just streams channels or
right,
like Roku. There should be a Nick at Night
yeah.
if there is not.
There should be like a Nick at Night like 80, Nick at Night 90s, and not. I'm not talking like the shows from that decade, like what they were showing, the lineups. Like someone needs to go to the records,
Right.
find what the lineups were, get like
Yeah.
four Pluto TV channels, and be like, here's our lineup from 90 to 95 or 90 to 94, 95 to 99. Oh,
Right.
and you can find it there and just have those going. But that'd be a good usage of Pluto, and Pluto is owned by Paramount, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they
there you
have
go.
one channel that is the Three's Company channel. That's
Yeah,
all they play.
they have multiple Star Trek channels. They have a
Right.
Doctor Who channel. They have an Unsolved Mysteries channel. They have a James Bond channel. Like you could do this variety.
Wait, how did they have a James Bond channel? I guess Amazon is
They must have licensed it for a certain amount of
licensing it.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been for a certain amount of time. But I don't know if
Yeah.
it's still there. But I remember seeing commercials because Pluto TV can be when I'm editing and stuff like that. I'm like, I have like I'll use like Unsolved Mysteries, Doctor Who, Star Trek, or Dark Shadows as my ambient
Nice.
background while I'm editing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, those are the go tos for things like
I
that.
like.
But yeah, it's very interesting. So let's head into our first episode today is the
Yes.
13th hat, which is about the Mad Hatter. And the Mad Hatter is played by David Wayne. And he's been in, so he's a pretty notable actor for back in his day. I don't know if people can go David Wayne. Oh yeah, him. But he was in the Andromeda Strain, How to Marry a Millionaire with Marilyn Monroe, Adam's Rib, The Front Page, Huckleberry Finn, and then the Apple Dumpling Gang. He's kind of a film star that like turned to TV towards this time, starring in Twilight Zone, Naked City, The Virginian. The 80s, he goes on to do like all the, he does like Dallas, St. Elsewhere, Murder She Wrote, Newhart, Golden
Dallas.
Girls, Trapper John. So he's a
Dude,
just, well, big career. Even if he's not a name, he was probably sitting on wealth and constantly working. So
sure.
good
I knew a
stuff.
David Wayne in high school.
Yeah,
Not this David Wayne.
not this David Wayne. And then other guests here, we have Diane McBain as Lisa. She was basically a guest star TV person at the time. Did Maverick, Wild Wild West, Man from Uncle, Mod Squad, Hawaii Five O. She does soap operas like Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Young and the Restless, and later people might know her from Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Dr. Quinn
Oh
Medicine
yeah.
Woman. And then
Yeah.
she also did Puppet Master 5. Just gonna say there for
I
you
mean, that's
cult
going to be
horror
at the
people.
top of the list.
That'll
Top
get
of the
you
list right there.
conventions. That'll get you the convention circuit.
I mean,
Uh,
that's where you sell the autos.
yeah, and then this one was because his name was bigger in the closing credits. His name's Roland La Starza. He played Cappy, one of the henchmen of the Mad Hatter, and his name, but like he has 19 credits, all very small, like muscle guy, like that was the type of
Right?
roles. Notably, though, he was in Point Blank, the John Borman movie, and The Outfit, which is a really Robert Duvall just passed away this week
Yeah.
as we're recording. This is an awesome Robert Duvall movie that maybe you haven't seen. Check it out. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Was he the guy who was always asking about his bread or his dough or when are we going to
I
get
think so.
paid?
Yeah, that was probably the lines they were giving him.
I wonder if he was like a real like enforcer or like some sort of guy, and they're like, oh yeah, he's the real. Let's just hire him.
Right? Yeah, this guy go. Probably did his own stunts too. That's probably
Right.
double.
Yeah.
Director on this, Norman Foster. He directed the previous Zelda two-parter, and written by Charles Hoffman. This is his only contribution to this season. He goes on to write 20 more episodes of the show over season 2 and season 3. Other things he wrote for Green Hornet, Brady Bunch, Johnny Quest, and he spent 15 years as a film writer before 1953 he starts working in television. So
Wow.
that's a little bit about who made this episode, who was in it. The plot of this episode, basically the Mad Hatter is out of jail. He's mad about Batman being a witness on the stand at his trial, and he's going to get the hats and kidnap and take the hats from all the jury people and recreate the scene
Yep.
in his place. But his crown thing is Batman's cowl.
Yes.
That's what he wants. And this is actually, okay, so this is based off of two separate comic books. Batman 161, which includes the Mad Hatter wanting the cowl, and then the sculptor stuff happens in that, and then Detective Comics 230, the jury plots in there, and then restaging everything with the hats. So
Now correct me if I'm wrong. In the show, he was suggesting he was gonna chop up Batman and turn
yes,
him into a hat.
yes, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
That's a little dark, isn't it?
with that great that Rube Goldberg device that I was like,
Yeah.
things aren't gonna work like you want them. Like those, there's that part where there's the things that cross over, like that
Eh,
hoop, and I'm like,
yeah.
or they go like this,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
His
I don't know
his
how that works.
engineering was off.
Yeah,
But the idea was pretty gruesome. I was like, oh, I don't remember having such gruesome suggestions in this series, but that was really that
it
struck
was.
me.
It's pretty mad for the Hatter. The Mad Hatter in the comic at this time, nothing like what he looks like here. They have the
Right,
mustache. That's about it. I was looking at reading the comic this is based
right.
off of, and he's just like some guy that it's like t-shirt, green shorts, and like crazy red hair, and like
Well, they
it's like
got the red hair.
yeah, they got the red hair going. But yeah. So what are your thoughts on this first little episode of here?
I mean, yes, like I said, I think what struck me in the first episode was the gruesome. Shoot, was the first or the second where he suggests chopping them up in bits? I thought it was the first one.
The first one, yeah, the first one.
Yeah. So that struck me actually. I was like, wow, I wonder what audiences thought of that in the time period. Were they like really like aghast, like, oh, because that kind of to me seemed a little strong suggestion for the time period. Um,
Maybe the
I
over
all
top nature of the machine maybe helps it, but still,
maybe
yeah.
maybe
Considering how more conservative with the television they would be
yes
at the time, yeah.
yes. But yes, it was just as fun as I remember. It did make me, you know, think like I was a kid again watching it, and the very, not that this is a bad thing, but the simplistic pacing
Hmm.
of the show, was comforting in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but it was just funny to see certain things like Batman gets in his car and he takes his cape and he has to hold it to lock the door. I just see stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, that's funny. And seeing Dick Grayson standing just like, so, gee golly, Batman. And just like the way I was just laughing at those little things like that. Oh, my favorite thing. I've never seen the sound effect zlat.
Oh
Z
yeah. Zlot.
Z zlot. And I was like,
Yes.
that's a punch? Zlot?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. They have some crazy words as I've been finding out through this.
That sounds like a deli sandwich to me. Like I'll have the zlot on rye with mustard.
Yeah, so one of the things I do is I keep track of these fight words since you brought them up.
Oh, you do.
And in
That's awesome.
this first episode, we have zap,
Yeah.
boff,
Yeah, there's
zlot, as you mentioned,
a zlop.
crash, and zlop.
Oh, so somebody really liked the Z's in
The
this
Z, yeah,
episode.
the Z's tend to get used, and there are words in here that I'm like, okay, what, were we out of them already? Is that,
I tell you, so like just coming off of writing a graphic novel and
mm-hmm,
having to come up with certain sound effects, that is like the hardest. There used to be a thing, and it's no longer on there. It was the onomatopoeia
mm-hmm,
dictionary, where you could just
okay,
type in like, what does a book drop sound like? And there'd be something like examples of past examples. It's now defunct, but that was like
oh,
my saving grace. I was like, oh, I could get inspiration from these things, and now it's like, I don't know. Yes, AI
what do you
is
mean?
that?
Use
I
my
don't know.
imagination.
It helped. It helped from like a starting point. You see something that's in use, and then you can imagine, oh, okay, something like that, and then, but like, it's crazy trying to find out, uh, 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 having differentiation in your words. You don't want to use the same things over and over
No,
again.
yeah. Like you call someone in a room, hey, in 6 letters or less, what's this sound like to you?
Just put your head out the window. Hey, you kid, what does a book dropping on a cement floor sound like?
Are you gonna drop one on me?
Why I
Yeah.
oughta.
Uh, how many pages is it? Hardcover, paperback? What's the pound? How many
Yeah,
pounds is the paper? What
ah,
pound
to
count?
hell with you.
Kind of ink you using on it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the Monty Python.
Yeah, which
Coconuts.
the with the African
You
swallow,
swallow.
the
Yes.
what is your favorite color? What is yeah.
Oh, African swallow or European swallow?
What? I don't know. Ah,
Oh, that was
classic.
a show airing around this
Classic.
time too. How cool.
It's such a good movie though.
Oh yeah. Um yeah, so those are the fight words in this. The Mad Hatter, I like how he says things. He's got to words about him to say things. He's got this little hat too with his little eyes that mesmerize.
That was a nifty little contraption, I must admit.
And they show it off a lot at the beginning.
He
Like,
does it. He's like,
just so you know, he's got it.
bing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kidnaps like 4 people at the start of
yeah,
this thing before the
yeah.
opening credits.
He really liked that.
Yeah. He does so I keep track of like some of the series starts with the Riddler, and of course he leaves riddles to tell where he's at. Then the Penguin did a similar thing. The Joker did something like that. So I'm like, okay, what are these clues that the villains try to leave? And the Mad Hatter, he does have one thing where he leaves a card of the sculptor at the scene of one of his crimes to
Right,
get Batman to go to the sculptor, who happens to be the sculptor sculpting Batman for the
right,
town.
right.
So there is that. There's no they don't climb in this episode, so there's no celebrity window cameo. The show's still yet to have that. That was a common thing, and we are now if 13 or 14 episodes deep, and there's it still hasn't happened. That's a
Wait, explain to me. Was there like they would climb and then there'd be someone watching
some of
them?
it, yeah, like celebrity will come out of the window, be like, Batman, what you doing here? And they'd stop and talk to him, and then
Yeah.
keep climbing. So,
Hello. Oh, okay. That's good
but
to know.
that hasn't happened yet in the show, but it's one of the things it's known for. The gadgets used in this episode, they use the bat phone, the bat poles, the bat cave, the Batmobile, the giant lighted lucite map of Gotham City. The,
Which I was like, what a cleverly, like a nice little labeled, you're in the Bat Cave just in case you forget what you're looking at.
yeah,
It says giant lighted lucite map. Oh, Batman.
we also we also have the anti-theft device on the Batmobile and the anti-mesmerizing bat reflector, which doesn't it works, but it doesn't for Batman because it hits Robin.
Which is basically just a pocket mirror, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a mirror. It's just a mirror. There's Robinisms in this episode. Is hot diggity, holy helmets, holy happenstance. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I smell a rat. Holy switcheroo and holy ricochet. And that's when he gets hit with it. He's like, holy ricochet.
Wait, what was my favorite? What was the Frogman at
That's
the
in the
end of
next
the?
one. That's the next
That's
one.
the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Holy Ricochet. Uh.
There's so I had some other notes I took when I was right watching this. There was a I think it was Commissioner Gordon says it was a sad day indeed when the word parole was coined. He's talking about
My God.
Mad Hatter out of prison. I'm like, Jesus, Commissioner
Jesus.
Gordon.
Yeah, we know what side of the aisle he stands on.
Yeah. Yeah, you really are with the law.
Hmm, okay.
That they tell Aunt Harriet that they're going bird sitting. This is why they can't go to the tea
Right.
or
That make
bird
watching.
sighting. Sorry, bird watching.
Right.
Yeah, can't go to the tea tasting. Normally they tell her they're going fishing, so they've gone from
Yeah.
sea to the air with that.
Makes sense. Plausible.
The, I chuckled aloud. They're in Commissioner Gordon's office. It's Batman, Robin, Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara. And Chief O'Hara is like,
Divil of a trademark. Where will he stop?
In a court of law, Chief O'Hara, where he's been stopped before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just,
Yep. Yep.
the writing of the show is, and this stuff is like just, I love it. I'm like the way Adam West, few can do what Adam West can do. I always
Right.
say that him and Shatner, league of their own. There's
Yes.
a
Very true.
fine line of camp stuff that like they're not
Very true.
they're like committed, but they're not tongue in cheeking, and it's just
Right. They're so serious.
I love it.
Like my favorite, by the way, was when they pulled up to the police station and they just parked their car and just
Oh,
got
yeah.
out in the crowd and walked up, and it was really funny. You don't see Batman do that these days.
No, he's trying to hide his car. And then there's Few men die of threats, Robin.
Yes,
That was good.
that was they were having a little tiff right there
Yeah.
in front of everyone.
um, the girl, the girlfriend of the Mad Hatter. She says at one point she's like, Jervis, that's positively waggish. I'm like, okay, that's some slang I'd not heard before from back then.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
waggish.
that way, that's gonna come back.
Yeah,
I
and
can
then
see
the
it.
the narrator had a good one. What
What did he
of
say?
Batman and Robin? Little realizing the enormity of the Mad Hatter's abominable schemes, our dauntless duo cross questions a frightened hat girl check, or a frightened hat girl, hat check girl. She's like, whoo, the word salad.
Screenwriter was working overtime.
Yeah, which the girl they interview, she was something else. Like, like I looked her up. She had like 6 credits. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh,
Oh
Batman,
yeah,
hi. The like redhead. It was
yeah.
like,
She was
okay. I'm
in.
like,
Wasn't
is
she in like a maid's outfit or
or something
something?
like, yeah,
Or
something
yeah,
weird. But I wonder if she's somebody like maybe like a up and coming musician they try to put in there. But
she could have been a cameo of some sort.
yeah, but I couldn't find anything. So I'm like, oh, it
Hmm.
was just someone got her on the show, and she has like a bunch of like TV guest star things
No,
like
she's
Pretty Girl
immortalized.
and this and that. Like that was her. So
Right.
people didn't work out. Then the Mad Hatter uses a dog clicker for his goons to come.
I noticed
Did you
that.
see that?
It's like, hey,
I was
come
like,
on.
wait, I use that in dog training. Like what the heck? Yeah. And then of course our cliffhanger. The Mad Hatter covers Batman in plaster, hoping for it to dry and chip out the cowl and leave Batman in the dried plaster to die. He says, "Be
Quick
prepared."
drying.
Quick dry, yes. Be prepared tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. So those are the words he says and the words on the screen. We'll move on now to Batman Stands Pat. Of course, special guest villain is the Mad Hatter again. We have a different added guest star to this one, George Conrad as Turkey Bowwinkle. Congrats to George Conrad, who you are. And they resolve the cliffhanger. Batman survives and breaks through the dry plaster. Much easier than it looks, Robin. I simply held my breath. So
Right. I was hoping there was going to be some sort of like weird device that he had, like in his cowl or something. Like,
yeah.
just held your breath. Okay.
So your thoughts on this second part and the overall?
I mean, I think since I watched them both back to back, I think
Yep.
a lot of what I said about the first one holds true.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgic, comforting. Yeah, the holding the breath comment. I was like, really? Really?
It's always
Was it
never. They always get out of these things never how you would assume, or you're like, really? That's what they? Okay.
like, oh, is this the one where they uh uh was it this one with the anti-theft device, or was that the end of
The
the last?
they said it at the end of the first one, and then the
But they
anti-theft
used it.
they used it.
Yeah, because he just flipped the sign that says "Start Car." I'm like, oh, very, it's like very
Yeah.
Looney Tunes-esque,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So like, yeah, and then it just was just like what, fireworks or something. So that
Yeah.
just seemed funny to me. Um, yeah, I just love like the Mad Hatter what took the guise of the sculptor, but
Mm.
then like they go into hiding. Batman's like, no, that is not the sculptor. I spotted him because he said that he wanted to work on the top of my hat, but the sculptor said the very first time that he loved that part. So that's how I know.
Not
Just
that
really,
your sculptor,
yeah,
your thing was right there for everybody to see.
right,
Like, oh, he's finished with the cow.
right, right. It just, yeah, it's really funny how what they expected the audience to just accept. But we've come a long way as
Yeah.
audience in the film and TV industry.
He's like, when you're a kid
Uh,
watching, you're like, no, Batman. Oh no, oh no. And then you're an adult, and you're like, okay, this is some goofy stuff. Yeah. I take it. Yeah, and the Mad Hatter is just like that red mustache with like I think he had gray hair, the red,
yeah,
the black. Like,
yeah,
yeah, we're buying this. Which he did. He did that in the comic too. He did the same thing, and it looks similar to it, but it's kind of it's the silliness of it. But yeah, the Mad Hatter in disguise,
right.
trying to be the sculptor. Yeah. Very good stuff. But
What was here's the other thing. What was the sculptor trying to do when was he just trying to chip the cowl off
I think it
so
was
that
I think he was just trying to get some opening. Like he was trying not to hurt Batman when he was doing it. That's what.
but what did the Mad
And
Hatter want him to do? Just chop his head off or
yeah,
something?
yeah. I think that's what he was. He's like, yeah, just chop his head. I don't care.
Yeah, I just want the cowl.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to do that, but he was trying to daintily do it or
Right.
whatever. And Robin was tied to a horse and his.
Yep.
Yeah, in the classic, like this is an old TV. Like I talked in one episode, we talked about how back in the day, you used to with the phone receiver, you'd put a cloth over and it'd change your voice magically. This had another thing where they put like a bandana over Robin's mouth, like he
Right.
couldn't talk with it in front. Like it wasn't like gagged. It
Yeah.
was just like
Yeah.
something in front, like
Just covered.
just covered.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
but yeah, they have him
makes sense.
on a horse and tied up. But
Yeah, I didn't notice that horse anywhere before,
no,
but
it was conveniently there.
Right.
It's like a lot of set design there.
Yeah, right.
We get a horse. Is that
Yeah.
possible?
We'll just time to that.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. Could we make one in time for the
Yeah.
for this episode? We could use it for
that'll
other
look
shows.
good.
Yeah.
Uh,
But as the background in the Virginia next week, we can make it work. We can make it work. So double budget. But they do climb in this one, but there is no celebrity window
Yes.
cameo.
They do, yeah.
There's nice. The gadgets used are the Batmobile, the anti-theft device, the Bat Cave, the Bat Phone, the Bat Computer, which is labeled as the anti-crime computer, and the
Right.
Bat Homing Transmitter, as well as the Bat Homing Receiver, the Detectoscope, the Batarang, and the Bat Rope. I will mention, I forgot in the comic, there was a bowling alley in the comic, but it wasn't related in anything like to what they use with the bowling alley here, because in this one Batman kind of gets the episode off because Alfred does all the
I
investigating.
noticed that. It just made me think of the Pennyworth series that they did,
Mhm.
the origin. And I was like, are they gonna bring in some like Alfred like spy history or something in here? Like, but yeah, he got some work going.
Yeah, because they're trying to get the bowler hat from the owner of the bowling alley, who happened to be on the jury, and it's competing trickery about getting this hat, because Alfred wants to put a tracking device in it,
Right.
and beat the Mad
Alfred
Hatter to it.
Going undercover as a genealogist.
Yes,
This is very, very clever.
I bought it. I was like, yeah, that guy. I don't even see Alfred anymore. It was
I also would have accepted Mortician because he looked like that.
Yeah, he could be. Alfred could totally be a mortician. And he like snuck upstairs to get to the thing before, and they have that little suspense with Mad Hatter in that telephone booth and her signaling him to go up, and
Right. It was with like a weird finger thing.
yeah, I was like,
was like that's your
he knows what that means. Yeah, I guess.
It was like this guy right here.
This guy.
It's your secret signal.
Secret signal, but it works or whatever. They can pull it off, but and then we do have a big old fight here in this episode in the hideout of the Mad Hatter, where we have our fight words in this episode are zwap, bam, zock, pow, kapow, biff, pam, like Pam, okay, thunk, and wham. And so Evie, for this, the fight word tally for the season going on here. The now still in the lead is Pow with 6. Bam has 4. Oof with 4 O's has 3. There's 2 oofs. There's one with 3 O's. Zlonk has 3. Crunch with a K has 3. Kapow has 3. Wham 3. Biff with 3 exclamation points 3. Zap with 3. Thwap 2. Crunch 2. Zock 2. Zwap 2. Crash 2. And Boff with 2. And then the rest have just 1 that are in there.
I'm kind of amazed that Zlonk has 3.
Yeah, Zlonk has been reused.
I feel like that could move up. How many episodes are in the season?
It's about 34.
I think it's in the running. Really is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the season 2 has like 60 some episodes.
Oh, Jesus
This is
Christ.
back when TV was just like, remember they used to think back when we were growing up, it was like 5 seasons, you get to 100, you get syndication. They had like 100 by season 3. Like that was how these old shows work.
Season 1, it's going to be 275 episodes.
Yeah. Like Star Trek got canceled after 3 seasons, but they had like 97 episodes. So it was like, now you're like, my favorite show, it got to 12 episodes. It was great. 4 seasons, 12 episodes.
I know.
Like what Slow Horses
well
has
done.
like 5 episode seasons, and there's like 4. Yeah.
I love that show, by the way.
That is one of my at a given time, it's my favorite show on television. I like
Coming back for 6 and 7, apparently.
6 and 7, and it's every year. You don't have to wait 5 years between seasons. It's defeating the purpose of streaming.
Not to get too sidetracked, but I love at the end of the season, they already show you episodes for the next season.
Yes. Yeah.
You're like, all right, okay.
Yeah. This is how it's done. This is television. This is what I'm in for. I know these seasons are short, but if you're giving it to me every year, heck yeah, I'm down with that for sure. I did know, like, I think that this episode is the best brawl of the show so far. I think it's, for what we've had in the show so far, it's well choreographed, shot, and edited, and it's lengthy. They go through spats where, like, here's some words, now we're gonna fight for a bit, and then they add more words in there, because like usually when the words stop coming, the fight's gonna wrap up. But this one, they went from one room to the machine to the other. Robin got caught in the machine. Mad Hatter got
pull him off.
Yeah, pulled him off. Did all sorts of stuff going on, and then they threw the Mad Hatter in acid, but he was fine.
This was I was about to ask. What did they throw? Because they threw him in. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
that seemed pretty intense. Like, what was it there? And then they just pull him out, and he's just like,
I saw the word acid on whatever they threw him in, and I was like, oh, but he was fine.
All right, okay.
What are you gonna do?
Some splaining to do.
Yeah, some splaining. The Robinisms here. We have, I'm used to seeing you do the impossible, but getting out of that plaster was impossible. Holy Frog Man.
That's my favorite.
Yep.
That's my favorite.
The breath, yeah. And then how could I have been so stupid? All in all, Batman, you've been pretty busy. And then Holy Bowler.
Holy Bowler.
Yeah.
It's also a good one.
Yeah.
Did they not show them free all the jury hostages?
I don't think they did. I don't think they even saw a room with them in there. They saw the jury, and then that one guy was like, one of the crooks was like sitting there, like, you're like, oh, he's gonna pop out.
She was gonna take them to there, but then the police showed up and they just started talking, and then cut to them buying a hat for their friend.
Yes.
I was like, did you not free everyone? You just leave them to rot? And
right, yeah, I don't even think they saw the closet with them in there. Yeah. Or, you know what? No, because I think it was just the Mad Hatter showing them being in there, and I don't think we ever saw them again.
Yeah, no, never. They died.
They
all died.
They couldn't hold their breath as long as Batman. There was no air in there.
No.
Which you mentioned Aunt Harriet getting the hat at the end.
Yes.
So Bruce Wayne buys Aunt Harriet a hat for $85, which in today's money would be $843.35.
So that is a pricey hat.
It is a pricey hat. But Bruce Wayne can afford it. But he's doing good for the city.
Sure.
He's doing good for the city.
Not my style of hat, but okay.
Yeah. So here's a fun thing I had. There was a part where the Mad Hatter looked at he goes, impossible. And his guy's looking at him, he goes, impossible. I was like, all right, that's good. I thought that was funny.
Speak American. Speak American.
Speak American. Yeah. Speak American. Yeah. So yeah, I had a bunch of good laughs and stuff with both these episodes. I thought they were pretty fun. Different stuff. This was a bit more goofy. So like the last 3 stories had been more like kind of grounded. And this one was still in that grounded nature, but it was a little bit more zanier and had some more comedy to it. And I'm not saying grounded as if they were deadly serious episodes of Batman, but they were just sort of not completely what you'd be expecting going into 60s Batman. This one took it a little bit more back to that realm, but still was in the serious at times nature. But I think the way that this David Wayne played Mad Hatter kind of lent itself to some silliness, and he played into comedy a bit more. The last one we watched had the Riddler, his second turn, but Frank Gorshin was like giving lines very Shakespearean in the way he delivered his lines that were like cheesy as hell, but it was like, this is a performance here that
he's like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm doing it right.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm into this. I'm doing it. So very cool, very cool. So any remaining thoughts on these episodes?
No, man, I think I gave my commentary. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fun watch.
For sure.
Definitely nostalgic. Yeah, kind of, I might want to go and seek out a few more independently now.
There you go. Yeah. The Mr. Freeze one that was a couple before this was really cool for something different that was like, had some, very interesting. First time he was called Mr. Freeze. He was Mr. Zero in the comics before this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they costumed him.
Oh, they costumed him. And he's the only one in the, so Mr. Freeze in the series gets played by 3 different actors. It's George Sanders is the first one, and he wears a helmet. The other 2 don't wear a helmet. Otto Preminger plays him the second time, and then Eli Wallach. Eli Wallach plays him the third time.
But director Otto Preminger plays him?
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they could not get them to do same Mr. Freeze for some reason. Yeah, they wanted him to be a more frequent character, but because of the actor thing.
Right.
But yeah, Otto Preminger plays him. He's got these big orange eyebrows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
but let's be honest. I'm sure none of them are Arnold.
No. But I mean, it's funny. George Sanders, Mr. Freeze, very much has the accent like Arnold when he's doing. I was like, oh, okay, so very interesting with that. So okay, well, I appreciate you coming on, reconnecting with you, talk about this. So
yeah, it was awesome.
So if you want to come back, you're more than welcome. Won't always be Batman chat, but but till next time, let people know where they can keep up with you and support your projects.
I would say go find us on Substack, lightandshadowpictures.substack.com, or you can find me on the socials, EBK from LA. That's my handle.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. And I'm on the socials at Brandon4KUHD. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can watch us talk about this episode, as well as my 4K Blu-ray and DVD reviews and other fun stuff. And then, of course, fantastic, a celebration of fans discovering Doctor Who is now out from Zeppo Publishing, which you can read my passage in there, as well as Doctor on Display, the USA tour is available on DVD and digital, both rental and to own digital.
I like that.
From Real Time Pictures, of course, shot that stuff for that and the mini doc that accompanies it called We Were There. So yeah, and next time we are going to be facing up again with the Joker. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay film.
Thank you for listening. The Brandon Peters Show is a Creative Zombie Studios production. Produced by Brad Shoemaker and Brandon Peters. Written and edited by Brandon Peters. Announcer vocals by Jessica Alsman. Theme song by Metavari. Web design and show art by Brad Shoemaker with Brandon Peters. All music and clips featured in the episode are property of their respective studios, and no infringement is intended. Additional information on this and other episodes at BrandonPetersShow.com. For any inquiries, press opportunities, or sponsorship, contact mail@brandonpetershow.com. The show is available on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found.